This episode is special for two reasons in particular. Firstly, we're doing a different format, so comments, anything that goes on with the show, we always do our best to make sure.
What is Bernard gonna eat today? Why, a bacon and egg sandwich with air fried potatoes, of course. No cheese because I don't like cheese. If any of this interests you, stay tuned for the end result. This is Bernard's Gotta Eat. It is currently 5:50 in the morning. I woke up my girlfriend to come help me with this. We got one of these potatoes right here. I always like to clean them, especially if you're eating the skin. Cut your potatoes into planks. Don't think about it too much. Just keep them uniform. Cut those planks into strips and then cut the strips into cubes. Take your time and use your kitchen tools safely, please. See that? Take a little look at that. I just dump vegetable oil on here. Not a crazy amount, but this may be a crazy amount. Some Cajun and some adobo seasoning, all purpose, is really all you need, especially for potatoes. Do a little stir. So that's really how much it is for that. For our air fryer that we definitely just cleaned. And those are just gonna stay there for the whole 20 minutes. Every 5 to 6 minutes, I'll probably just do a little shake, honestly. I'm gonna get this oven turned on. I'm gonna throw my English muffin that I got from the freezer. I keep them in the freezer just because I may not always get an English muffin every day. I just literally just throw them in the oven like that. You're probably not exactly supposed to do that. Just gonna get this little avocado here because I like some avocados. Do a little bit of that. I'm probably just gonna cut it like that. And I'll just use the quarter. I'm gonna go with some thin little slices. Honestly, we're gonna get this bacon started. So I got the bacon right here, the same pan that we're gonna do our eggs in after these are done with the bacon fat. So that's gonna have to cook a little bit. We're gonna check on our little muffin that we tossed in there. So the muffin was frozen, so I'm just gonna take it out and cut it in half because the middle it's still a little frozen. So we're gonna throw it back in there. I'm actually gonna be smart this time and just throw it in there. And we're gonna let that toast till it's done. Bacon's looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna do a little flip on it. Oh, damn, okay, I'm messing it up. So this bacon's almost done. Depending on how you like it, you may want it the crispiest or not that crispy. Well, we're gonna plop that bacon right there for you to see. I'm just throwing salt on the bottom because sometimes it helps it stick less, okay? We're gonna get in there with our egg. Crack that son of a gun in there. You can get your little pepper too. I'm having trouble with this thing. The potatoes are done. This is what they look after 20 minutes in the air fryer. We got the egg right here. I'm gonna do a little flip, pow! Pretty good egg flip, I can't lie. Now that thing's gonna cook to about like medium. Maybe it's like the teeniest bit runny, something like that. Now comes my favorite part. Ooh, it's hot! Jam on both of these. A little bit of a jam ski on this. What do you think? Nice looking egg. Ah, it's skirting on me. Yeah, get up in there for that. Okay, so we got the egg in there. Got the egg right there. We're putting our bacon on right there. I'm gonna put that right up there. And we're just gonna do that. Wow. Bernard's Gotta Eat. Breakfast edition. That was crazy. You guys do not understand what y'all just...
This is our first sports episode. Yes, I said it's sports. That is because today is actually the day after the NBA trade deadline. So we're going to be talking about a lot of basketball stuff. We're going to touch on the Super Bowl a little bit. But this is a big job. I can't possibly do this all by myself. So I got to bring on a special guest. Firstly, watch this transition real quick. Yeah. And bang, like magic, Mr. Bernard is here. He's usually behind the camera, but today he decided to grace us with his presence. Say yerp to the people, Mr. Bernard.
Yerp.
And like I said, it's a very special episode. The trade deadline did just pass for the NBA, so we are going to be talking about some trade moves. Mr. Bernard, who do you think had good trades, bad trades?
I think the Hornets, Mavs, and Thunder all had good trades. All of them happen to have traded with the Hornets, which is a team that I really like. We dished out PJ Washington for a pick and Grant Williams. We got Trey Mann, who is from the Thunder, who I heard is supposed to be pretty good, but he hasn't had much playing time. And we got back some European player who I don't want to pronounce his name just so I don't disrespect somebody, because I wouldn't like them to mispronounce mine. Vaseline Millets or something.
Okay. He didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Mr. Vaseline.
Exactly. All I know is that we got some good players from the Thunder that can develop.
Yeah.
And we will become less of a doghouse.
And any bad trades? Any teams that you think that didn't do anything?
The Bulls did nothing. That's been talked about, and they've been getting a lot of grief for it. Rightfully so. This is a team where they're not actually competing for anything meaningful. Like, they might think that they are. They could maybe make the play-in, but this time they're going to lose in the first game of the play-in. I'm just saying. And that's coming from someone who actually likes the Bulls.
Basically, you're saying that you just wish the Bulls had invested in their future a little bit more instead of staying with these older players.
Yes, I wish the Bulls would just start anew already instead of keep trying to grasp onto the old stuff, honestly.
Who are the finals predictions if you had to put pencil to paper right now? Who you expect to see in the NBA Finals?
I will say the Celtics have a good case, so I'll say Celtics and Nuggets again. Well, not again, but I'll say it hurts a little bit, but it doesn't hurt that much because I like Jason Tatum and I like Jaylen Brown, and Porzingis is one of my favorite players, and Drew Holiday played for the Bucks, which I loved. It's mainly just I don't like certain fan bases, so that's just really all it is.
I'm going to go the opposite route of Mr. Bernard today and dig on a very popular team, and that is the Milwaukee Bucks, who I think are going to crumble. Firstly, they are paying 3 coaches right now, if you guys didn't know that. Mike Budenholzer, Adrian Griffin, and now Doc Rivers. Only that he wasn't supposed to be the coach. He was supposed to be a consultant. And if you don't know what a consultant means, he was just supposed to be under the actual coach, Adrian Griffin, and give him advice because it was his first year coaching. But instead of doing that, he decided to be a snake. And he went to the players, the GM, anyone who would listen and be like, if I was coach, this would happen. If I was coach, I'd run a defensive scheme, da-da-da-da-da. All that just for the last 4 games. And again, this is right after the trade deadline. But for the last few games, they have been stinking it up. They've only won 1 game. Yep. And he's been there for at least 6. And I am so sick and tired of Doc Rivers getting all of these jobs where he underperforms with an immaculate amount of talent. This is not the first time it's happened. It started all the way back in 2003 when he had Tracy McGrady, had a chance to get Tim Duncan, but because of his boneheadedness, didn't happen. He overachieved with the Boston Celtics in 2008. And then after that, you had the Lob City Clippers, which we all know crash and burn. He went over there to Philly with Embiid.
They blew a 3-2 lead to the Celtics.
So all I'm saying is this. Doc Rivers, you are an NBA championship coach in 2008. 2008 was over a decade ago. Jeez. You should not have a job right now. You need to let these young coaches get experience and go through trial and error just like you did. And you've had a lot of trial and error. All that being said, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Around the Corner News. I'm your host. This is Mr. Bernard, your co-host for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. All the things, all of it's going to be very appreciated. Until next time, remember, we are just a show around the corner. Deuces.
Also, I think the Chiefs are going to win because I really like the colors of the Chiefs.
Fair. I wanted the Baltimore Ravens to win.
Yeah,
Big
you
Lamar.
got your MVP, but